Hello and welcome to the official League of Legends podcast. I had the day off work and I thought I would throw in my creative contribution to the group. I just want to thank Wilson on behalf of everyone. Thank you for doing the draft order. Very great production value. Was very impressed. Hoping the rest of us can live up to the same standard. So jumping right in, I want to get to some sponsors first off. First sponsor we have is Ike's Burritos. Ike's Burritos, where every size is an extra large. And second, we have Imagination Land, now showing all Dallas Cowboys games nationally televised. So to start things off, you can kind of say this one is somewhat of a trial run on the whole podcast thing. Hopefully we'll be able to do a few more as the league goes on. Ideally, I want this to be a weekly thing during the season, and with at least one other one prior to and or following the draft. Hopefully we can do it more frequently as we actually have some stuff to talk about, and seeing as last night we did the draft order, I thought this would be a good place to start, so seeing as we actually have something to discuss. Like I said before, draft order. Thank you, Wilson. Very well done. Also, thank you, Ike and Kevin, for your contributions. Ike, don't get a big head. It was mediocre acting at best. So just to run through the draft order real quick for anyone who may have forgot, or just to recap. With the first pick, we have Burland. I am sure you will find a way to screw that up impressively. Following by that, we have Matt. I'm glad to see he got a decent pick, seeing as it's his first year as an individual owner. Next we have Kev, followed by Steve. Steve, same thing as Matt. Glad to see you're towards the top. After that, we have TJ. Following that is Lebrat with the number 6 pick. Don't worry, I'm sure Tony Romo will still be available. Next there is Ike. Ike, I think you're primed for Tiki Barber or Plaxico Burress, if they're still on the board. Following that is Dave, and after that is Ev with the number 9. Surprised he is not higher based on previous questionable decisions by the commissioner. After that with the number 10 is Sean. Sorry you did not get a better pick with your first time in the league, but we'll see what you can do with that. Following that is me with the 11th pick. Still not happy about that. After that is number 12, Wilson. Him having the 12 kind of makes me think that he may not have cheated this year. After that is Lou. And bringing up the bottom is Logan. Sucks to be you. So, now that we have a draft order, the next order of business is the draft itself. Like everyone else, really hoping we can do it live this year. At this point, I'm hoping we don't have any excuses. We have between now and the actual start of the season itself to get this done. We need to get this done this year. I know that Kev has expressed interest at having it at his new house. Side note, congratulations on the house. Really excited for that. But to anyone out there who thinks they have an excuse, all I can say is, please cave on everything else, not this. This league is too important not to do the draft right. I would also like to thank Wilson, saying that he volunteers to supply the draft. Draft supplies, board, stickers, all that. Really excited about it. Please make this happen. Now that we've kind of gotten the draft out of the way, I think the only other main topic that needs to be settled before the start of the season is the whole rule changes, which on a personal note I'm a little salty about. I don't think we had a problem with it. I don't like the idea that LeBron wants to some sort of inflate the points somehow. What's the difference between a 40 to 50 victory from an 80 to 100 victory? There is no difference. If you want to have more points, just double your points and double your opponent's points. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. All right. I think we had everything fine. Don't like the idea of bonuses. Just you get points for the yards you get and the touchdowns you get. No bonuses. Get rid of that. The whole bench spot issue, 5 or 6 doesn't fucking matter. If you want to go up to 8, We're not doing that. There's not enough players in the whole league to have 8 bench spots in a 14-person league. Just can't do it. 5 or 6, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. It's one person. The other note, I think, on the voting issues is playoffs. With a 14-person league, I think an 8-team playoff is great. Yeah, everyone's talking about Barry shouldn't have won, blah, 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 but if your team's good, you'll win. 8 teams is great. We don't have to worry about buys, none of that. Classic, 3 games till the championship. I think it works out great. Trying to think what else we had. As far as players, I think everything was fine. We had, what do we have? 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a flex, a tight end, kicker, defense. I think it's solid. Don't change it. It's been working for us for what, 5 years now? 6 years? Let's keep it as is. If you want to talk about putting a kicker in the flex spot, whatever, doesn't make a difference. Absolutely not. Quarterbacks are too valuable for that. That would kind of put probably 3 people who could get a hold of a good backup quarterback at an advantage. I don't even know of any leagues that allow a quarterback in the flex. As far as 2 quarterback league, quarterbacks, there's not enough. In a 14-person league, try finding 28 quarterbacks that you know are going to start any given week. You just can't do it. It's impossible. Someone's going to end up starting Brandon Weeden just out of necessity. So, yeah, if I missed anything, screw it. We'll circle back to it. I don't know. But as far as that, that's really the only important issues that I thought. Hopefully Evan gets this supposed survey out eventually and he doesn't come up with an excuse or something. Yeah, I'm calling you out. You work a regular job, you just don't get paid for it. Stop bitching about it. I get it, Evan. Just to bring up some, I guess you'd call them housekeeping issues. If the audio seems like there's random cuts in it or little sketchy areas, it's only because I'm recording this on some stupid online program that's got a limit to how long I can record. So I'm kind of recording it in pieces and then putting it together after the fact. I'm really kind of trying to do this just in one take because, yeah, this is important for the league, but I don't feel like investing too much time in it. Other than that, I know Wilson had expressed an interest in also doing a podcast, and I would like to extend an invitation to him to be a guest on this podcast or some sort of cross-promotional thing where we can get a discussion going. I think it would be good for maybe pre-draft, maybe post-draft. I don't know. Just throwing that out there, Wilson. Get back to me. And now I think we should go to another sponsor break. What's our next sponsor? We got Labrat Financial. Labrat Financial will lose your money, but will make you feel like it was your fault. Also, we have the City of Marlton with their slogan, "Why the hell would you trust me with a gun?" Kind of onto some lighter business. Somebody had brought up the idea of prop bets, which I think is a great idea. Kind of off the top of my head, some ideas, examples, whatever you want to call them, who's the first person to forget to start a player, leave a spot empty, will there be any ties, who comes in last place, will somebody get beat by more than twice as much, or just who gets blown out by the most, things like that. Whoever wants to compile a list, if not, I'll do it, whatever. We can figure out whatever the betting lines will be, things like that too, but any ideas would be great. The more ridiculous, the better. We should try to get some of these going. Other than that, kind of along the same lines, I think we need to have a Sacco Trophy. This league has been lacking one for several years now. We have the Winner's Trophy. That's great. That's settled. But we need a Sacco Trophy, and we need some sort of Sacco punishment, such as, I don't know, anytime we request it, he has to text everyone a picture of him holding it with a sad face, something like that, or he has to display it on his mantle, as in the show The League. But there has to be some sort of Sacco trophy. There has to be some sort of Sacco punishment. Like I said before, any ideas would be appreciated. Throw them out there. On to our next section, which is bold predictions, taken straight from ESPN. I'm going to throw out some predictions that might be a little far-fetched, but we'll see what everyone thinks, see what actually happens come the end of the season. First bold prediction, not very bold. I'm going to say Sean, in his rookie season, makes it at least one round in the playoffs. He will win one playoff game, minimum. Next bold prediction is that Dave will be the first one to forget to set his lineup and will leave one, if not multiple, spots empty. I'm also going to predict, once again, not very bold, but Nick Wilson, yes, will miss the playoffs again, and he will threaten to leave the league. Following that, Mike LeBrot will continue his trend to come very close, but miss the playoffs. Let's see what else we got. As far as NFL predictions, I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will lose their first 3 games after Dez Bryant holds out. They will pay him an enormous contract. He will come back and make no difference. Following that, Darren McFadden will suck very hard, and the Cowboys will sign Ray Rice, to which he will suck equally as hard, and the Cowboys will do terrible this year. I'm going to say second to last place, right above the Redskins in the division. Sorry, Ike, the Redskins kind of suck. Keeping on the same track, RG3 will tear his other ACL, let's say 5 weeks into the season. I'm thinking he'll make it 5 weeks. For all you Cleveland fans, I think Johnny Manziel will finally get arrested this year. Probably around, let's call it week 6. He might get a few starts in before then. We'll do nothing of note. Let me see. Other bold prediction. Wilson is lying about his new apartment. He lost his job. Leah left him, and he is currently living on the streets of Brooklyn, which is why he claimed he was not home this weekend when I was in Brooklyn. I'm calling you out, Wilson. Until you have your housewarming party, your apartment doesn't exist, and you are financially destitute. So, about to wrap things up, we're going to go once again to some sponsors. Going to try to keep this in business. Don't want to go the same way as a previous league news service did. Not going to mention any names. First up, we have Ward Hardware, where you can pick up all your hardware needs, including any duct tape and plastic sheeting. We also have Lou's Furniture Emporium. Lou's Furniture Emporium. We have all your furniture needs, including nightstands and coffee tables, and nothing else. Lastly, we have Midwest Mike's Hotel, where they offer an affordable hourly rate. So that's it. So that's all I got for today. Like I said, this is a little bit of a trial run. We'll see how it goes. Looking for guests. Anyone else wants to be on it, get in touch with me. I don't care. We can do it in person if you're close by. We could do it, I don't know, over the Skype or some bullshit like that. But get in touch. Trying to get some guests on here. Trying to spice things up. Keep the sponsors rolling in. Keep the money rolling in. Other than that, sorry, Wilson. Beat you to the punch. If you want to be on a podcast, got to be on my podcast. The only official podcast of the League of Legends. So, until next time, happy drafting.